it's Robin and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very fun flea market haul to share with you. If you have watched my recent vlog that I uploaded yesterday, you will know that my family and I just returned home from a week-long camping trip. We go to the same place every year right after school's out, and we camp for a week with my parents and my sister and her family, and it's always a great time. We do ATVing and swimming and shopping, and it's always great. But one of the favorite things about going to the place that we go to is the town that we're in. It's called Hayward, Wisconsin, and every Monday all summer long they have a flea market. So of course Mondays are my favorite day when we go camping in Hayward. I get so excited for this flea market. I always have really good luck finding very fun items that are reasonably priced, and it's really the only flea market I go to all year round because there really isn't very many in my area that I know of and have found. And yeah, it just always works out that I go to this one, and that's pretty much the flea market that I go to for the year. Alright, so needless to say, flea market day is one of my favorites when we are out camping. And of course, now that I'm home, I want to share with you what I have found. So that is what I'm going to do today. But I'm also going to share with you some of the items that my daughter Emily picked out. She is becoming quite the little flea market shopper also, and she's got a couple of collections, and she found some really cool things this year. So she has let me add her items to the mix of what I bought. I really don't think I bought very much this year. So the first thing that Emily found was a set of glasses, and there's like 6 count of them for $4. And I thought they were gorgeous, and so did she. It's got the clear glass bottom, and then the top has got a silver ring with like some floral etching and like swirls. I doubt if you'll be able to see that, but very, very pretty. I think they're gorgeous. So she was pretty excited about these. She's waiting for me to get these washed up so she can use them at like dinner time and stuff. So those are pretty cool. Alright, so the second thing that she bought was this binocular set. It came in the case. The brand is Bushnell. I believe that's what it's called. I don't know. But anyways, they were $10, and they seem to be in really good condition. Can you see them there? They are usable. They need to be cleaned up a little bit, but she thought it was really cool. Of course, binoculars are always fun. And then, of course, she thought the case was really cool. So together, that was $10, and she was very happy about that. Alright, so the last thing that she bought was a vintage camera for $6. It came in this case like this. What is the brand on it? Ruth? I can't read it. But anyways, it's a very cool looking camera. Let me get it out here. So out of the case, the camera looks like this. It is super cool. It's got the straps still on it. It has a few moving parts. You can turn this, that sort of thing. I'm half tempted to put some film in it to see if it works, but I don't know that it will. But it's pretty heavy, and it's just really cool. I wished that I had got to it first. She found it first, and I was like, "Oh, are you getting that?" And she's like, "Yes." And I'm like, "Oh, I wanted that." But I'm hoping that she will let me use it around the house, you know, on a shelf or something like that. I have a few other cameras that I like, but this one is super cool. So that one was a very cool find, and the fact that it's got a case too is even more fun. So that is all that my daughter picked up. So now we can move on to what I have picked up. Alright, so the first thing I have to share with you is not very exciting, but it was exciting for me. It was a set of glasses. These were 3 for $1, and the thing I loved about this is it matched a set of taller glasses that I found at the thrift store within the last couple months. What I love about these is that they're simple, but they've got a little bit of a funkiness with the ridging in the inside, so it just kind of makes it a little bit more unique. So I thought for 3 for $1, I definitely could not pass up those glasses. Speaking of glass items, I was at one booth and they had some bottles and jars. So the first one I picked up for $1 is, it says 2 ounces on it. It's like a little, I don't know, I want to call these like little ink jars. I'm not sure if that's what they are or not. but this one says 2 ounces on it, and then it's got like an M on the front of it, and I just thought it was really cool. I love the shape of jar. I think I use them. I have a couple other ones that are this style, but they're like different sizes, so I thought this would be a good little bottle to add to the mix. And then the other bottle, I can't remember how much I bought this one for, but it's just your basic shaped bottle, but it's got a little bit of the purple coloring along the bottom of it, and I thought it was really cool. I know I didn't spend more than $5 on it, so it needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but yeah, I thought it was really cool, and this will go very nicely with my other bottle collection. Alright, so the next item I picked up is a little book. I'm always on the lookout for books, but this one in particular is very special. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. Alright, so this one was $3, and it's called Flowers, A Guide to Familiar American Wildflowers. And I want to say, what is the publication date? 1950 in it. And I just thought it was so cute. And then inside it's got, you know, different wildflowers and stuff like that. So the reason why this was special to me is because my mom has one just this size with the green cover, but it is about mammals. And every time we go down to the cabin, the kids get it out and they start reading the description about, you know, a certain animal, and then we have to guess what the animal is. So it's kind of turned into this game that we play every single time we go down to the cabin. Well, we were looking through the books when we were at the flea market, and I saw this, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool, it's just like the other one. And then we were looking through a whole bunch of them. You know, and then we continued looking through the books, and they had the same exact mammal one that she has down at the cabin, and then they had one about trees, and they had one about birds, and I should have got the whole set. I don't know what I was thinking, but I picked up the flower one because I like flowers a lot. So I think my mom picked up the bird one and then the mammal one to replace the other one that she has, so she can have one at home and one at the cabin. It's just, you know, it's just one of those things that is just kind of quirky, but at the same time, it reminds me of a specific time with my kids, and I just thought it was really cool. So I thought it would be fun to use, like, in the springtime when I'm decorating with different flowers and stuff like that, just to kind of like tuck it in different places. Or I could open it up like this and put it on like an easel or something, and then I could have different flowers to look at every single day. So I just thought it was really cool, and for $3, it was really cool. It was a cool find for me anyways. Alright, so the next thing I bought was a set of silverware. It's still in the packaging because I didn't want to forget how much it was. But it was $2, and it's a set of four different place settings. And I just think they were so cool because they have the white handle. I mean, oh, how perfect is that? So I bought the whole thing, whole little set here for $2, and I just thought they were so cool. I've always loved this type of silverware. I don't know why. They just seem very vintage to me and very cool. And the fact that they have white handles oh my goodness, they almost landed on my toe. Those were the knives too. Oops. Good thing they're not very sharp. Anyways, so I was very excited about these. I just think they're so cool, very vintage looking, and yeah, I think these will be fun for like using for picnics and stuff like that. So I was very excited about that. For $2, you can't go wrong. Alright, alright, so I'm going to show you this next thing that I picked up that I have to say I have been looking for like 5 years. No doubt, every time I go anywhere, I'm always on the lookout for one of these, and I have never found one, not once. So I was super excited to find this. But some of you are probably going to see this and be like, oh, what is wrong with you? But that's okay, because that's alright. Everyone likes different things, and that is fine. But I have been looking for one for years. So when I found it this year, I was so excited. When I first saw a bit of it, I saw a bit of a wing, and I was just like, oh, could it be? Could it be? So then I had to dig it out from underneath some buckets and stuff, and I pulled it out, and I was just like, what? I could hardly believe I was holding it in my hand, and it was only $7. You guys, I'm sorry, I'm almost embarrassed to show this. My daughter is sitting across the room watching me, and she thinks I'm insane, and she thinks it's butt ugly, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, she thinks it's butt ugly. But I don't care. I do not care because I am so excited. Okay, ready? Don't judge. Just say, very nice, Robin, and see you later. Alright, ready? Here you go. Isn't that awesome? I am so excited. Okay, so these are like, I don't know what it is, but I've been like I said, I've been looking for one of these for years. This one was $7 and I was just like so excited. Even my mom, when I showed her what I got, she's like, oh. She was like, why would you buy that? I don't know if it was a 60s, a 70s, or an 80s thing. But all I know is when I was little, I would see these on people's houses all the time, either above their garage door or like their front door. And I just thought they were always very cool. So the last couple of years I've been wanting to find one, and I've been looking and looking, and I've never ever found one. So when I found this, I was so excited. So yeah, so this was like my find of the day. I was so happy with this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it exactly, but I know it's not going to go outside because it does have some discoloration on it already, and I don't want to touch it. I don't want to change it at all. I love the distressing that it has already. I may try to give it like a little clear coat, but it's definitely not going to be outside. It's going to be something that I use in my house. I'm so excited. So anyways, so that was my find, and that everyone thinks I'm crazy, even my own family, but I don't care. I love it very, very much. Alright, so the next thing I have to share with you, it was also $7, and it was something that I hemmed and hawed about, and I wasn't sure if I was going to get. I kept coming back to the booth, and then finally I dragged my sister over. It was towards the end of the day. We're almost ready to go, and I'm like, you know what, I think I really want this. I'm going to bring my sister over, and she can tell me if she thinks it's cool or not. Because she's not someone that's really into like vintage things or anything like that, but she's, you know, she can pretty much tell if something I point out is something that I will use, if that makes any sense. So anyway, she's like, yeah, that's really cool, you should totally get that. So I'm like, alright. So I bought it. And of course it was the right color for my kitchen. And it is this right here. It is a vintage white juicer. You turn the handle like this. And you put the orange, the lime, whatever you're going to squeeze the juice out of, and then you press it down, and then the juice comes out here into this little cup down here. Which, by the way, look at this, I could put one of my new cups in there. Oh, better yet, I could use one of Emily's pretty cups, like this. Oh yeah. I don't know. Emily says no. But anyways, I thought it was really cool. I love that it was all chippy and it looks distressed. And I think that it will match my vintage scale that I already have in my kitchen. And I think it will go very well. So I'm very excited to revamp my little shelf area in my kitchen to include this. So I thought it was really cool and I'm excited to use it. So the next thing I picked up was something right as we were leaving. It was something I saw at the very beginning, but I passed it up. So then as we were walking back out to the car, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go get it. So, or at least ask the guy how much it was, because it wasn't marked. And it is this fan right here. You see that? It's got like a clamp, so you can like clamp it onto a shelf or something like that. The guy that sold it to me said it worked, but it's still got the plug. But like, this plug looks nasty scary. There's no way I'm plugging this into an outlet. I will get electrocuted, I guarantee it. I can do it. You can see the grounding wires in there. Like there's no cover over the wires. Yeah, I'm not using it. But I thought it was really cool as like a display item, and I love the fact that it had the little clamp on it and it's like all rusty looking and stuff. And I just thought it was really cool. I'll probably try to clean it up a little bit. It's a little dirty and get dingy, but so cool. So I'm very excited to try this somewhere. Alright, so the very last thing I have to share with you is something that I picked up from my garden, but it is too big for me to show. So I'm going to have to tell you about it and then flip the camera around and show it to you that way. So I bought it. It is $40 and I absolutely love it. So not everything at this flea market is vintage. They also have a few booths that are like handmade items. They sell like a couple booths have like food items, that sort of thing. So this particular booth was all these gorgeous like garden accessories and stuff like that. So I am so excited about this piece. It's a bit of a splurge. It was $40. But because everything else that I bought was not very expensive, I thought I could splurge on that a little bit and still be okay. So let me turn the camera around and I'll show you what I found. So here is the last item. The dog is in the way. There we go. Can you see that? It's a little hard to find a spot that will show it. But it's a garden ornament. It stands about 4.5 feet tall or so. And I just thought the top was really cool. It turns and then this part spins. I just think it's really cool. And then of course, if you get real close, you can see that it is already painted in off-white and it is already distressed beautifully. So I am just excited about this to get it out into my garden. I have a spot that I think it's going to go in. So I'm so excited. So of course I'll show you where I place this in my garden also. Alright, so that is what I found at this year's flea market. I think I did a pretty good job. I like everything that I have found and I can't wait to use it around my house somewhere, which I will make sure that I will include all these items in my June favorites video at the end of the month, so be looking out for that so you can see how I've used them around my house. So that is it for me today. Thanks again so very much for watching today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button and I will catch up with you again in my next video. Bye now.